Hi everyone, it's Lisa and Luna from Don't Run with Scissors here for another Technique Tuesday. Last Tuesday we talked about how to turn an ordinary piece of paper into a stencil by laminating it using one of our EK tool punches here and then running it through the Xyron laminator. And then I used some whip spackle and some sparkle to make this Christmas card, which we'll be hopefully mass producing this week for a Christmas card sale at work. But today I wanted to do a scrapbook page. I had come across the Heartfelt Creations sunflower set, and I had a few pictures from sunflowers, and I wanted to do a page with that. And I was looking at some of the border punches that I had in the craft room, and it just wasn't working for me. I didn't feel like putting a piece of paper down to make a border, and I was kind of wondering what else could I do to make my page pop a little without adding just another piece of paper. So I pulled out the mixed media plethora of items, and we're going to work on that and see what we can come up with tonight. This is one of the Martha Stewart punches here. I already punched it out on a piece of paper. As you can see, this isn't one that you can get just a full strip of. You have the leftover band here. But I'm going to put that down on my piece of paper, and I'm going to start playing with some of the mixed media that I have. A lot of us, when you go to the scrapbooking events and all that, you end up with getting these cat's eyes as gifts sometimes, and I'm like, well, what happens if I use that on a piece of paper and went over the stencil? What kind of design would I get on my cardstock to make my page pop? So I thought I'd try that first and see what it looked like. That's an interesting technique. That's there. What else we have? I did pull out the regular stamp pad with a dauber. See what that would do. And I'm just holding it down. I guess if I wanted, this was going to be my official page, I would probably be a little more careful. But we'll get to that in a little bit, because I think I figured out how I want to do it. So using a dauber and ink pad, you can see the second round here. And I said, well, that's okay too, but what about chalks? So whip out my pastels here. Put this back up. Pick a different color here so we can see it, see what it does. And it does make the actual paper very pretty. It's almost like the inks, as probably expected. And then I said, well, we got rub-ons too. The metallic rub-ons are always fun. Get your fingers dirty while you're doing it. So we're going to try a little bit here, the brown metallic. So actually a little darker. Now it's hard to get into the groove of the punch. So probably not the best choice. So that's those ones. And then I'm like, oh, we have this Martha Stewart punch. And I was wondering how to use that without getting it all over my paper. And this is when the blue tape came up. So we'll give this a quick whirl, because we have a couple more things to try. I'm going to lock that down so I'm not going to be interfering with the paper on the outside of the border. And I have some 3D stamp paint. If you've never played with these Viva stamp paints, oh, please do yourself a favor and go get some. Hobby Lobby, probably one of the few places around that's actually carrying them in the Connecticut area. And if you haven't been to the brand new Manchester store, head on over. It opened. Welcome Hobby Lobby to Connecticut. Sounds like they're opening another one in Bristol too. So this is just 3D stamp paint. Put it on with a little dauber here, but this needs to go immediately into the water because it will dry very quickly, as you will see, and tighten the top so that doesn't dry out. And then the last thing I figured I would try are the new pan pastels that are coming out, the pastel colors. These are absolutely beautiful. They're very smooth to put on. I enjoy working with them. Unfortunately, I don't really have many darker colors than the ones that I have here. You can change up the whole thing altogether. Right in the middle. You'll never ruin the color. So that has all the medias on it. Let's try Let's try the ink one more time on this, the chalk on this one. One more time. See what that does. Before we make our decision for our scrapbook page. Okay. So, we lifted this one up. And this first one was just the cat's eyes. And we had moved on to a regular ink pad and the chalks and the metallic rub-ons, which really didn't work out very well. And here we have the the Viva Decor 3D stamp paint, the pan pastels, and then I went back to do the chalks again. I think that's the direction I'm going to want to go in. So that's what we're looking at. You can see the 3D stamp paint absolutely is beautiful. It's very shimmery. Wow, I just can't say enough. It's very pretty. Pan pastels maybe feels a little bit darker. If you have those colors at home, there's hundreds. They're beautiful. You can get them at Art Supply Store, in particular in Connecticut. Dick Blick is carrying all of the colors. But I think I'm going to stick with the chalks. I think the chalks are where it's at for the project that I want to do, which is right here. Let's clean this up just a little bit. So I have 3 pictures that I want to use for my sunflower page, and I think we're going to do the chalks. I'm going to bring these out again, and I'm using the Martha Stewart punch here, the big bright flower. And I'm going to do just what I did with the other ones, but see how there's this much gap in here? It's going to give me some room to kind of blend some of my colors together. And since this really is a sunflower page, I'm going to try to pick some of the brighter colors. This goes on really easy with the dauber. If you make a mistake, there's always the eraser that's in there. You can erase if you color outside the lines or inside the line in this case that you don't want used. And it's just a nice addition to any scrapbook page. A lot of people who scrapbook don't really mix their medias together, and kind of got bored with traditional scrapbooking. So I decided to start seeing what else was out there for fun, and I found all sorts of things. There is a wide world of mixed media out there. One other thing you could try, maybe watercolors. I will have a video coming up. There's a new product out that really has not been widely seen in New England. I just got my hands on it last week, so you're going to play on that a little bit more. Alright, so there's my border for my page. I love it. Love it, love it. I did run some ribbon through my Xyron. I'm going to put that right on. And we also made some sunflowers that I will add on, so when I put my pictures on, they'll be ready to go. We have those ready. I guess it's a little crooked, but for TV, we'll leave it alone. Some leaves we made. Move this over a little bit. Just complements the side so well. I'm really excited about how this came out. And can't wait to get my pictures all set so that we can line it all up. I have a little extra flowers that I've made. I'll put on the corners once the pictures are down. But there you have it. There's a border without using a border. You can see the chalk lines. I blended some orange and some yellow. Lined it out with some ribbon and added my flowers. So this is my ready-made scrapbook page for when these pictures finally do get developed. Yeah, how exciting. So again, this is Lisa from Don't Run with Scissors. Luna decided not to make an appearance tonight. Sorry. I'll have to get her on camera next time. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again.